Okay, we'll call our regular meeting for December 4th to order. Welcome, everyone. The notice requirements provided for in the Open Publics Meeting Act have been satisfied. Notice of this meeting was properly given in a new schedule of meetings of the Spotswood Borough Council on December 30th, 2016. The new schedule was transmitted to the Home News Tribune and Sentinel. It was filed with the Clerk of the Borough of Spotswood and posted in the municipal building located at 77 Summerhill Road, Spotswood, New Jersey. During our moment of silence, we were just informed that Theodore Dougherty has passed away, known as Beansy. He was a life member of the fire department. He served with the fire department since 1960. He was also a fixture of the former fire department recycling program at the Borough Yard. If you would keep him and his family in your thoughts, appreciate it. We'll rise for a salute to the flag. Pledge allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
Okay, we have no minutes this evening. We have an ordinance on first reading, public hearing set for December 18th, 2017. Ordinance 2017-18, an ordinance amending and supplementing the salary ordinance of the Borough of Spotswood entitled An Amendment to an Ordinance Fixing and Establishing the Salaries and Wages of Certain Employees of the Borough of Spotswood, County of Middlesex, State of New Jersey.
Make a motion, we pass this ordinance on first reading, advertise it according to law, setting a public hearing for December 18th.
Second.
Councilman Stolen?
Yes.
Councilwoman Rhodes?
Yes.
Councilman Malillo?
Yes.
Councilman Rivera?
Yes.
We have another ordinance on first reading. Public hearing is set for December 18, 2017. The ordinance number 2017-19, an ordinance of the Borough of Spotswood, County of Middlesex, State of New Jersey, amending Chapter 2, Administration of Government, Article 10, Department of Public Safety, amending Section 2-65, Municipal Ambulance Division, Third-Party Payment Plan.
Make a motion, we pass this ordinance on first reading, advertise it according to law, setting a hearing for December 18th, 2017.
Second.
Councilman Stolen?
Yes.
Councilwoman Rhodes?
Yes.
Councilman Malillo?
Yes.
Councilman Rivera?
Yes.
We have resolutions under the consent agenda. Acting Council President and council members, I'll take a motion to accept the resolutions under the consent agenda 2017-170 through 2017-178.
Make a motion to adopt 2017-170 through 2017-178.
Second it.
Councilman Stolen?
Yes.
Councilwoman Rhodes?
Yes.
Councilman Malillo?
Yes.
Councilman Rivera?
Yes.
All right. Okay, John, comments for the regular meeting?
Yeah, all right. Well, I want to leave something to other people to say something too. I know we're on the same boat thing here. Well, let's see here. We got, let's see, yesterday at the Pierre's in South Brunswick, the Spotswood seniors had a heck of a Christmas party there. It was great. I was out of this great food. The food was great. Good, lot of people, 80 or something like that. The food was excellent. The music was great. Very enjoyable evening. It was very good. Very nice. And got to say it was great. And also the tree lighting is second. It was Saturday. The tree light was very good, a good crowd, very compact crowd out there. And the youngsters from Shonley sang Christmas carols. They were great, those kids. Those children were smart. They really got it. Christmas carols there. And the Spotswood band played some nice Christmas music. They were great. And it was a very good, exciting few days there. Very nice. So that's it.
Okay, John, thanks.
And wait, one more. I got to say this here. Tomorrow night is the Board of Education meeting at the high school library at 7 o'clock. So that's another one I want to say that. And I think we're fine here. Okay. And happy Hanukkah. I want to get that in there. Happy Hanukkah is due here now. And God bless them and salute them. Thank you. That's it. That's all I got.
Thanks, John. Okay, Marge?
John is right. It was a good time had by all, by the senior club Christmas holiday party at Pierre's. Food was good, company was great, and lots of dancing, even though John wouldn't dance with me
Oh, I
at the
danced
event.
with you. I postponed it.
Despite me asking him.
Next week.
But it was a lot of fun, and it's truly a fellowship, nice fellowship, and Lillian Ash is the director of that group, and thanks to Lillian for inviting us here on the
Yeah.
dais to go. And it was a good time had by all. Christmas tree lighting, another wonderful event. We are so blessed to have a recreation department that is comprised of all volunteers except for the director. But what a great event. I don't think we've had, there was so many people there. It's probably the largest one we've had so far. And look at those beautiful light poles out in front of the municipal building. I mean, truly, it's a wonderful holiday spirit in this whole municipal building. So it was a great thing to go there. Mayor Seeley did a nice speech, and it was everything, everybody here was there that night. So it was nice representation from the dais. The other thing I don't think I've mentioned is the veteran ceremony that was held at the senior center earlier in November. It was a wonderful event. Donna and her staff put on a great program. They had veterans speaking about their experiences with pictures, and they had entertainment from the choral group from the senior center, and very moving. And I don't think we said thank you to Ed for his service, because Ed, our mayor, is a veteran. So I want to say that publicly now, Ed. So thank you for your service, and thanks to all the veterans for their service to the country. And that's it for me.
Thanks, Marge.
Just
Jose?
want to say thank you to the senior club. They were just great dinner, nice Christmas dinner and everything. Also, the rec department for the tree lighting. Also, the fire department for bringing Santa.
Yes, absolutely.
One of Santa's best helpers I've seen.
And believe me, Santa couldn't move around. That's how many people were around there. Santa could not go back, forward, anywhere. He was stuck right where he was. So, and also December 16th is Santa around town.
Oh, good.
So it starts 9 o'clock in the morning. So if you start hearing the sirens, nearest hydrant. And that's all I have.
Thank you. Well, I only have a couple things. One of them is I found out yesterday that Pat and Dan DiStefano celebrated their 56th wedding anniversary this past Saturday. And congratulations. Seeing the two of you dancing at Pierre's, it was very nice. Wish you many, many more.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Yes,
Inspirational,
absolutely.
yep, for all of us. And also, we're only a few days away from December 7th, of course, the anniversary of Pearl Harbor. And if you think of the brave young men that we lost during that, keep them in your thoughts as well for our veterans. Ed, I'll turn it over to you.
Thank you. I'll go on again and say that the Spotswood Senior Dinner was good as well. Had a good time there. Can't say enough about our rec department and all the volunteers and your organizations that were involved in our tree lighting ceremony. It was a very good night. It was a very nice, comfortable night temperature-wise, well attended. And while I was there, I did make a speech, very short, because we like short speeches. Nobody wants to hear a long-winded politician. And I'll just reiterate exactly what I said then. This holiday season's a great season for most of us, but some of us not so much. So you may have a neighbor, I'm saying this on the air now, you may have a neighbor or someone that you know has no one, or no one's going to be special there for them. why don't you just reach out and try and be a Secret Santa? Maybe invite them to dinner, maybe put a gift on the door. Don't even tell them who you are. Just watch them put a smile on their face. Just a good idea.
Very nice.
And that being said, Mr. Chris Matthews, president of the National Honor Society, reached out to me and said, I need some help with the clothing drive. If I looked at the box out here in the lobby, I don't think he needs a whole lot of help because it's overflowed. But it's EOBO, which is Each One Bring One clothing drive, conducted by the Spotswood High School National Honor Society. We'll be collecting new and gently used clothing from November 1st through December 9th throughout Spotswood and Helmetta. Some of the locations are Helmetta and Spotswood Municipal Buildings, Shonley School, Appleby Elementary School, Memorial Middle School, Spotswood High School, and of course the tree lighting over there as well. So if you've got a couple extra dollars in your pocket, or a gift laying around, or maybe some clothes you don't use anymore that are in good shape, drop them off. And I think my final thing. I got a lovely card here. It says, advice from a penguin. Dive into life, find warmth among friends, appreciate snow days, take long walks, stand together, go the extra mile, and keep your cool. It's from Rose Lebrano, who's never short for words. Or
I wanted to ask you, they're collecting the clothing, who is the clothing for?
who's the clothing for? It does not say. It does not say who it's for, but I would imagine for people who don't have clothes.
I imagine too. I just thought there may be a foundation.
Well, they don't have that here anywhere on this. It's kind of sketchy. I'm sorry, I don't have that answer.
Because when the veterans come to my house, I know it's going to the veterans.
I'm pretty sure it's not going to the veterans.
I'm sure the Honor Society is picking some people that are in need that'll be worthy of it.
Just wondering.
Okay. Now I'll read this card. Remember, you are all our heroes for keeping us safe. Love you all, and God bless you for the presentation and keeping us alive. Sincerely, Rose Lebrano, past president of Immaculate Conception Rosary Society of Spotswood. Dear Mayor Seeley, on behalf of the Immaculate Conception Rosary Society of Spotswood, we'd like to thank our fire people. John Marshall?
Did you have some?
John Cossack.
Yeah, I thought so too, the fire marshal, right?
Yeah.
John Cossack, Peter Genty, Bill Peterson, Chris Hager, Jacqueline Bove, Jose. I can't, oh, Rivera, okay. You spelled that a little bit. For the wonderful presentation, including full gear to use it on fire. We at the Rotary Society are giving $200 donation for the equipment for the Spotswood Hook and Ladder Company, being aware of the simplest things to be safe and is important. We thank them very much.
That's nice.
That is very nice. And that's pretty much it.
Okay.
Can I just add one thing? I forgot to say, Donna has said that this veteran ceremony, I think it's about an hour long. It's on the Comcast channel 43 and the Verizon channel. I imagine now, John, we're on both channels now, the FiOS and the
Yeah, I know.
Comcast.
Yeah.
So it's
43 and
it's being shown on both of those channels,
2643.
thanks to the help of Spotswood Schools.
For those of us who don't have cable, no YouTube channel. Okay, entertain a motion to open to the public?
Open to the public, motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. General open public portion, any comments or questions? We just ask you come up to the podium and give your name and address for the record.
I'm going first, Mother.
Hi,
Jackie Palmer, 9 Shupin Street. The ordinance that you have on first reading today, 2017-18. Can you just take me through why we're changing again the land use and code enforcement for the board secretary and adding a board secretary stipend, as well as changing the range for the assistant to the borough clerk? Because we just did that on ordinance 2017-10A a few
Well, the
months
borough,
back.
the assistant to the borough clerk, I know, because of what we found in interviewing people, and also from what we're hearing, the state is going to increase the minimum wage to 15. So That is just bringing that into line with what we're going to have to offer anyway. The other question, Dawn was not in, she's on vacation, so I didn't get that answer myself today. I don't know, Ed, do you have that answer?
I do not.
No, so,
May I speak?
yes, please.
Okay, the planning board secretary used to get a stipend of, I think it was $4,000 or something. She unfortunately is leaving, so we decided to give it a hourly rate, and the secretary's stipend would be $125 to $175 to appear at the meeting instead of the $4,000 for the whole year, and this would bring the cost down to the borough.
We did talk about that, and
Yeah.
actually this, instead of giving the 4,000, and during slow times, the planning board has had so few meetings that this is going to be much more cost-effective to do it in this manner.
So she'll just get paid per meeting?
Yes.
And so we're not paying the board secretary, like, it's not a full-time or a salary, a salaried position per hour. The per hour is based on the work that she does prepping for the meetings? Is that how that?
Yep,
Okay.
and the one is for attending the meeting. Yep. But the
Stipends
other-
for attending and the
meeting-
other-
The other time is for typing of minutes, and there are some hours that are spent processing applications and such at the office upstairs, but it is part-time.
Okay, do we have a new board secretary or not yet?
Just the one that's going to be leaving. We don't
We're
have
interviewing right now.
We don't have one yet. We're still interviewing him.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you. Good evening.
Lillian Janesco, 294 Woods End Court. I'd like to know, I live in Clearwater, and I received a breakdown of my monthly payments. The rent is one thing, and of course I find that my neighbor, it varies. And but I want to ask about the municipal fee.
The pad
What
fee.
is the municipal fee?
It's a pad fee, right, they call it?
No, it says municipal fee.
I think that's what the pad
The
fee
pad
is.
fee, yeah.
I
That
had
goes on our
attended a meeting
taxes.
a year or so ago and had done a full presentation on that. The residents don't pay any taxes there.
That's not true. A portion of my rent goes for taxes.
But you don't, the individual residents don't pay, the community pays taxes.
I understand that. And then I understand that 18% of what I pay for rent goes for taxes. And this municipal fee is in excess of the taxes. Am I correct?
Well, that is because the complex is assessed as if it were empty. It is an assessment on the value of that land. The pad fee is for the individual occupying the site.
You're calling it a path fee?
Right, because they are considered not permanent structures, you are actually being charged for the pad to place that structure
A
on.
pad fee.
Pad fee.
Okay. Every person has a different charge.
I don't have that breakdown, and it was complicated. It was a little complex to familiarize yourself with it, and it was a year or so ago when I had done that. I don't know if it's based on size. I don't know if it's based on the amount of years you've been there. That I'd have to research for you and get back to you on that.
Well, I'd really like to know, because I checked on this so-called municipal fee, that when I came here 6 years ago, I was paying $8.85 a month. Now I'm up to $25.39 a month.
It's a very complex calculation.
Well,
that-
humor me, I'm not stupid.
I shouldn't do it until I get all the facts and figures, but we take the budget of the town, we take out things that you do not receive in services, and then the rest of that is apportioned and to a percentage of what they call the pad fee. So you don't get snow plow, you don't get municipal snow plowing there, that type of thing. You don't get municipal, some services that you don't receive, That is not put, that part of the budget is not appropriated to the pad fee.
Okay,
So
the
they
only
try
thing
to
I can
break it
think of
down
is
just
this-
with what you use
Snow plowing
is private
is private,
on that, in that
and garbage collection.
is also private,
But the recycle is conducted by who?
county.
The county does the
That's
recycle.
part of our budget. That would be something considered apportioned into.
So that is a service that we get. Okay, could you tell me about this pad fee? As if my neighbor has the same size pad, would they be charged the same as me?
That I have to get the information again to get
I
that.
really appreciate that because in 6 years, it's gone up 300%. That's quite a jump.
And this comes up on a fairly regular basis, and that's why I think it was a year and a half or 2 years ago, I had gone to one of the meetings down there and fully researched it and gave a presentation on it, but I'm not fresh on it at the
It
moment.
can't be recent because I have never heard a presentation on this at all.
Yeah, it was a year and a half, 2 years ago.
Have you asked Diane? Have you gone to the management there?
Have you ever talked to Diane?
Absolutely.
You don't get a straight answer. I get the answer like he gave me, it's complicated. Well, what do I look like? Can I understand? I've been a business person. I understand the complicated things. Why do people think that I can't understand it?
Oh, no, I don't think it's not a matter of you understanding it. It's a matter of me getting all the facts that I can present it, that we both can understand it. So I have
I
to
understand
refresh
what you're
myself on
saying,
that.
but I have gotten this kind of feedback, so this is why I come here.
Well, we will get you the answer.
I appreciate that, thank you.
Thank you.
Cheryl Bass, 289 Main Street. First, let me say Merry Christmas and
Happy Hanukkah, too.
Happy Hanukkah. For the longest time, we weren't getting an endorsement from the White House to say Merry Christmas. So this is the first time we can really say, have a Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah. So I'm enjoying the holidays. The tree lighting was absolutely fantastic. It was marvelous, and all the little children participating was terrific. I'm looking at the resolutions that are with the water. So it's 2017. 175, 176, 177. Legal services and grants and contracts, auditing, and all sorts of things. My question is this. Is this in line with other small towns and what projects and costs they have been running into, so that it's, I don't know what the requirements are, Department of Agriculture, water, testing, ballots, certifications,
It's not the size of the town, it's
Yeah.
the size of the project. And
Oh,
Bruce, what
okay.
was the size of this project again in dollars?
Close to 3 million, is that
$3 million. It's a
Yeah.
huge project
Yeah.
for this borough to undertake.
Yeah.
And it involves roads, sewer lines, water lines, drainage piping. It's big.
Mm. Yeah.
And there's a lot of players and moving parts, as you can see, that have to be part of this: engineering, bonding,
Right.
labor count, our attorney.
Right.
So there is a lot of people that have to be put into place to make this happen and to have it all come together.
Oh.
It's not a matter of the town size, it's a matter of the project size.
Oh, okay. And are our taxes going to be going up, or?
Well, we don't get this for nothing.
Yeah.
This is a very low interest grant or funding, and there's also a portion of it that we believe will be also be granted or
Forgiven.
forgiven a portion of it, so that it will be an outright gift, some of it.
Is the federal government forgiving, or is the state government forgiving?
This is federal.
This is good. This is good. Well, I enjoy having the new president in the White House. He's very big on infrastructure, so I'm happy to hear this.
We have a lot of it.
Yeah.
A lot of it that needs to be done.
Because he has said with all of the infrastructure and all the things they're working on, and, with the subways in New York, they wanted to stop subways at night to do work. People can't travel if you don't have the subway, so it was, a big thing.
To keep it local, though.
Yeah.
When you see the streets in that area,
Yeah.
they have not been improved in
Yeah.
forever, and they need these improvements.
Oh,
both
yes.
Sewer lines, water. I mean, it's all quality of life, and they really need some attention down there, and we hope this makes a big difference in their lifestyle.
Yes, and my other question is this: what is happening with that man who was here and said, through him we can get lower utility costs, because in just reading the newspaper and financial reports, Connecticut has said that and it's a bunch of New England states, like New Hampshire and Maine, up in the New England area, that they had like an Enron type of problem, that they had a electric utility service like we have Jersey Central Power and Light, and then somebody else comes in and says, we can get you rates that are lower. So the people are either signed up with the utility, or they're signed up with the people who say we can get...
That's why we did this, because if people do it individually,
Yeah.
you can sign on, and Brian, you told us you had done something, at one point. If you sign on individually, they give you a teaser rate, you sign up, and then 6 months down the road, the rate goes up, but your contract's for 2 years.
Yeah.
So this is actually prevents people from having to do that. They could still do it if they like, but this allows you to get a lower rate because of our group size, and then it's not locking you in at all. If at any point the rate became more competitive, you could just drop out and go back to JCP&L or whoever you want.
Yeah.
So it's all positives, no negatives, and I think at the next meeting we'll be appointing a group that will be managing that service for us to go out to bid.
Yeah, look into it, study it.
Well, we have, and
Yeah.
the state BPU regulates it.
Yeah.
And there's no downside to doing what we're doing.
Okay, then I will say to our attorney, keep a sharp eye on the regulators, because they were causing trouble with Connecticut, that if the utility has certain regulations and the other guys come in and say, we can get it for you cheaper, and the people sign up, and then the people in Connecticut, it went into astronomical costs that six
See, but
states...
that can't happen. It can't happen, because
Yeah.
if anything changed, and our rate will be locked in.
Right.
So it's locked in well, it doesn't
Yeah.
go up.
Yeah.
Plus, if the rate from JCP&L were to drop,
Right.
you could go over to JCP&L. You
Yeah.
can't, it's not that type of
But
situation.
how are we to be informed? That's the thing. In other words, if we're signed up with one provider and the other provider drops the rate, how are we to be informed?
Well, JCP&L rates are very stable, so you're
Yeah.
not going to see a big change anyway.
Right.
But, I mean, I'm sure if it were to drop below the rate we're given, which I find it highly unlikely, I'm sure you'll hear about it in the news and from our meetings.
Right. So, it's just that I read this in the news. It concerned me, so I give it to our attorney. And, it was like an Enron problem. And so, let the regulators know we're watching them. We're watching them, and we want low rates, and we don't want them doing things once we're locked in that it's going to cost us extra money. So
Thanks, Cheryl.
so there you go. And Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you. All right.
Anyone else?
Anyone else?
No one?
Motion to close?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
We have a closed session. I'll read the closed session resolution. Whereas Section 8 of the Open Public Meetings Act, Chapter 231, PL 1975, permits the exclusion of the public from a meeting in certain circumstances, and whereas the public body is of opinion that such circumstances presently exist, now therefore be it resolved by the Borough of Spotswood, County of Middlesex, State of New Jersey as follows. The public shall be excluded from discussion of any action upon the hereinafter specified subject matters. The general nature of the subject matter to be discussed is shared services / contract negotiations. It is anticipated at this time that the above stated subject matter shall be made public when confidentiality is no longer required. This resolution shall take effect immediately.
Make a motion, we pass the resolution?
Second.
Councilman Stolen?
Yes.
Councilwoman Rhodes?
Yes.
Councilman Malillo?
Yes.
Councilman Rivera?
Yes.
Ed, is there any action to be taken?
No action will
No,
be
okay.
taken after this.
No, this is just
Okay.
informative.
And before you leave, I neglected to say at the beginning of the meeting that Ted, our council president, was feeling under the weather, so we wish him well and hope he's back at the next meeting. And that next meeting will be December 18th at 7:30. Thank you all for coming out.